Hi, honey. How are you? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I recently posted on TikTok and asked you guys to drop some questions in the comments so I could do a Q&A video. And here we are. My most asked question was, how did you and your husband meet? If you don't know, I've been married 10 years to my husband, Dylan. We met at a 13-week church revival. I gave him my phone number. We were both going to church every night. We ended up hitting it off. And we started dating not long after that. We met at a church revival. Why did we leave the church? A lot of people ask that question. There's several reasons, and it wasn't all abrupt. It wasn't all of a sudden. It was something that happened slowly over time. There was just a lot of traditions, a lot of things going on that I necessarily didn't want to be a part of anymore. On top of that, the Holiness Church is one of the most judgmental denominations that you can be a part of. There is no jewelry, no makeup, no cutting your hair. Some of them are stricter than others. We didn't watch TV. We didn't eat at restaurants that served alcohol. We didn't listen to secular music, worldly music. And it would just become exhausting trying to attend church every night or every other night and keep up with all the traditions and feeling like you were under this constant microscope of judgment from other people. What did I do before becoming a mom? Before I was a mom, if you don't know, I have a 1-year-old. I'm still a new mom. Before I was a mother, I worked in a kitchen for a long time on a local college campus, and I love that job. If you've been around a while, you know that I love cooking. So I worked there, and then I left that job, and I went and I opened my own store. In the summertime, I sold produce and flowers. In the fall, I sold pumpkins and mums and fodder shocks and hay bales, on top of locally made items like Kentucky Mountain Coffee, Candle Barn Company, candles, Weisenberger mix. I had all kinds of local artists working there. It was really fun. I loved it. It wasn't so stressful owning a business. I would still be doing that today, but I closed it because I knew that the chapter of motherhood was coming, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do both. It was just too much work. While I was pregnant, I was a server at a local restaurant. I've done all the things, honey. Do I have a bucket list of places that I would like to visit? That's a really good question because I feel like a lot of people love to travel and love to go, and that's just really not me. I'm not big on vacations. I would like to go back to Asheville, North Carolina. I've been there once. It was a day trip. I went there and back because I think it's 4.5 hours from here. I loved it. I went to the farmer's market there in Asheville. It's 30-something acres. It's huge. If you're ever in the area, I highly suggest you go. But I would love to go back, spend a weekend, spend 3 or 4 days there. I also would like to go somewhere tropical one day. Maybe not for a week because I do get homesick very easily, but I would like to go to a little island or something, be a little island girl for the week. Are you going to write a cookbook? That's a great question. They've obviously been around a while because they've seen my cooking videos. I love to cook. I have so many recipes that are so sentimental to me, handwritten recipes that have been passed down to me from my grandmother that I would love to share. And it has always been one of my dreams to write a cookbook. Is it something that I see myself doing in the near future? Probably not. I don't know the process of writing and publishing a cookbook and what all that entails. Maybe in the future, but not right. Someone asked, would I ever move out of Kentucky? Probably not. Probably not. The mountains here where I'm from are very comforting to me. I love this changing of the seasons. If you've never been to Eastern Kentucky in the fall, you are missing out. It is absolutely beautiful. If I did move, it would probably be somewhere very similar like Tennessee, West Virginia, somewhere like that. I love the culture here. I love where I live. I'm probably not going to move. What is my favorite restaurant to eat at? That's easy. I don't like going inside of restaurants and eating. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like it. But we will get some takeout. Current favorite right now is Nightjar in Berea, Kentucky. It's about 35 minutes from here. They have some burgers and fries that will make your tongue slap your brain, honey. It sure will. If you're ever in the Berea area, make sure you check it out because it is so good. I'm trying to find some more questions on here. What was your favorite CD you played on repeat as a teenager? My first car was a Mitsubishi Eclipse, and it didn't have a back window. It was convertible, and the back window had fell out. And I bought the Judds CD, and I played it over and over and over. I love the Judds. That was the first CD that I ever played as a teenager over and over. Do I have more than one sibling? Yes. I have a sister that is 10 years younger than me, and then I have a brother that is 4 years older than me. My brother and I have the same dad, and then my sister and I have the same mom. So I'd have 2 half siblings. Someone asked, are the gossip stories that I tell real? No, honey, I'm not one to gossip. You all know this. But the truth is, as far as I know, they're real. The majority of them are emailed to me. I still change the names. As far as I know, they're real. The ones that I have told about people around here, yes, they're real. I don't lie. Honey, I don't lie. I wouldn't lie to you for nothing. Let's find another question. Are you planning on having more children? A lot of people ask this question. Yeah, of course. I think being a mother is one of the hardest jobs that I have ever done, for sure. But it also is one of the most rewarding jobs that I've ever done. Am I constantly doing something? Absolutely. But I would not want to invest my time into anything else besides my child right now. My daughter's fixing to turn 15 months old. So I'm definitely getting a little bit of baby fever. I'm in the process of working on my health just because pregnancy is hard and I dread being pregnant. I'm so thankful that I've got to experience pregnancy, but honey, it is hard, okay? And now I'm having to chase a toddler around. So I'm on a little health journey. I've not talked much about it, but I just want to have a healthy and safe pregnancy. So once I feel comfortable getting pregnant again, that's what we'll do, or try to do. Do I collect anything? That is a great question. I do collect things. I love Pyrex mixing bowls. They're so hard to find these days. So I don't have a massive collection, but I do have some good ones. I do. I love my collection. My favorite Pyrex print is probably the Forest Fancies, the mushrooms. The one that I would really like to have is probably the blue butter print. That's so pretty. I really want that one. How did you get started creating content on TikTok? That's a really good question. I get that a lot. When I was about 8 months pregnant, I was waiting tables, and I ended up having to quit my job just because, I was so miserable and uncomfortable that I literally could not do it anymore. At the time, my husband was working 60 hours a week, and I was bored. I was bored out of my mind, so I started doing day in my life videos, posting every day. It just took off, and I'm very grateful. I love TikTok. I'm so glad to have the community of people that I have, and I've made so many friends and had so many cool opportunities because of TikTok. How is your relationship with your mom? I don't talk about my mom a whole lot on TikTok, or you all don't see her necessarily. My mom has spinal stenosis and autoimmune disease, so physically, she's not necessarily able to be here, but emotionally, she is my rock. I never understood the love that my mother has for me until I had a child of my own. And, honey, let me tell you, that woman loves me and would lay down her life for me. And I completely understand that. I love my mother. We talk several times a day, FaceTime first thing every morning. I could not make it without my mother. The day that she leaves this earth, they'll have to take me with her because I'm not going to be able to function without her. What is your favorite coffee and dessert? That's a great question. I love coffee and dessert. My favorite coffee, currently, I've been trying to cut out a lot of sugar. So I've been getting a breve, which is a medium breve with just a little bit caramel drizzle, which is 2 shots of espresso and half. I love it. It's just enough for me to enjoy drinking it, but not super bitter. My favorite dessert, I love a brownie or a chocolate chip cookie. I'm not big on cakes or pies or anything like that. I love something chocolatey and chewy and warm. And yeah, I would say a brownie or a chocolate chip. Someone asked how I named my daughter. So my grandmother passed about a month and a half before I found out I was pregnant. If you've not been around a while, you probably don't know that me and my husband were married 8 years before I got pregnant. I'd had a miscarriage and then a chemical pregnancy. It was a really early miscarriage. So literally right after she passed away, I got pregnant, and it was a little baby girl. And my daughter's name is my grandmother's middle name, and then my daughter's middle name is my husband's great grandmother's name. So that's how we did it. I love a family name. I love older names. I feel like they're coming back. And what is your favorite season and why? That is such a good question. I feel like there's so many good things about all of them. I love spring because I get excited about the garden season. Things start greening up after being, gray and dark all winter, and you come out of that seasonal depression. I love summer. There's 4th of July and cookouts and obviously the harvest season. I love fall because the colors are beautiful. Pumpkins. I love to bake. And then I love winter too. I love a good snowstorm, a good cup of hot chocolate. Honey, you just can't beat that with a steak. So I really can't pick a favorite. I love them all. I love them all. Last but certainly not least, someone asked, what is my favorite memory with my child so far? And I have to say, my favorite memory with her, and one that makes me tear up every time that I talk about it, is when she was born. The moment she was born and they laid her on my chest, I knew that my life was changed forever. I knew that I would never be the same person. I know a lot of women don't get to experience that. They have a hard time bonding to their child, when they're first born, and that's okay too. That's okay too. But as soon as I gave birth to her and they laid her on my chest, I just sobbed and cried and said, thank you, Jesus, over and over. After having miscarriages and a long pregnancy and knowing that she was here safe and that I got her here, there was just such a sense of relief that I can't explain, and such a sense of gratefulness. I was so grateful that she was here, and just, I could go on and on about it, honestly, but that's probably my favorite moment, just getting to actually meet her. It was a completely life-changing moment. Alright, honey, I'm going to wrap things up. I've tried not to ramble too much. Thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, make sure you subscribe. Leave me some comments. I'm so excited to create more long-form content for you all and share more of my life. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.